When it comes to dissecting Joe Biden's disastrous presidency, Kellyanne Conway will be tough to beat. The former advisor to President Donald Trump and a key reason he defeated Hillary Clinton in the 2016 presidential campaign had a chance Thursday during an appearance on Fox News' America's Newsroom to explain the manifold failures of an administration Americans have been dealing with for a year and a half. It was as perceptive as it was pitiless. Well, before getting into details, welcome back to Next Newshour. If you're new to our channel, tap on the subscription button now and hit the notification bell. The sentence came out 5 minutes into her interview while Conway was discussing Biden's increasingly pathetic reactions to the inability of his own White House to get any kind of handle on the problems that are plaguing Americans today. First, Conway said Biden is showing his true nature as a creature of Washington of 50 years, a man who spent almost his entire adult life in the make-believe world of government. Then he got to the real issue and summed up the administration in one sentence. And I quote, "He sounds like somebody who never takes responsibility and accountability." Bingo! Anyone digging even a little into the headline-generating problems facing the American people won't get too far down before finding Biden and his political party's platform at the root. A country that attained energy independence 2 short years ago is facing soaring gas and oil prices under a president who made it his #1 job to declare war on the fossil fuels industry. Yet Biden goes hand in hand to OPEC nations to ask them to produce more oil and gets ignored. A president whose country is experiencing a wave of violent crime unseen in decades is the alleged leader of a political party that has spent years attacking the nation's law enforcement and pretending criminals are actually the victims of police. The disorder running rampant in the Democratic-controlled cities is as predictable as the sunrise. But Biden and his minions in politics and the mainstream press pretend that the Second Amendment and the law-abiding gun owners are somehow the problem. The current flood of illegal immigration, politically knocked out of the news cycle by other problems of Biden's creation, is a direct result of the current president's juvenile, near-suicidal determination to undo every one of his predecessors' policies, no matter what the ramifications are to his own citizens, and his sworn constitutional duty to take care that the laws be faithfully executed. The inflation that's eating away at Americans' incomes can be traced to the American Rescue Plan that Biden's Democrats passed without a single Republican vote. Even the Russian invasion of Ukraine, which Biden most likes to blame his woes on, was arguably fostered and certainly not prevented by Biden's own ham-handed handling of the crisis in the lead-up to the actual fighting. And in other foreign policy failures, Biden has never been assigned or taken full responsibility for the eternal shame of the Afghanistan withdrawal, an act of calculated cowardice that has stained American credibility for generations. Even being interviewed by Democratic hack/ABC talking head George Stephanopoulos, Biden tried to shift blame for the ignominy on faulty advice from his military. I was not surprised that, as Conway put it, a creature of Washington of 50 years should behave this way. Biden spent 35 years as a senator fantasizing about being president, but never being held individually responsible for the acts of the legislative body. Now that he is in the biggest job in Washington, as Conway said, he sounds like somebody who never takes responsibility and accountability. That's exactly what he sounds like, because it's exactly what he is. A lifelong political hack, now in his dotage, who has spent a career making decisions without having to deal with the consequences. He cannot take responsibility now, because if he did, he would have to acknowledge that he and his party are wrong on literally every point of public discussion. The mainstream media will never acknowledge that. But Kellyanne Conway just laid it out. And come the November midterms, American voters who care about their country will be able to let Democrats know what they think and kick them out of power. We'd like to know your thoughts and feelings about it. Share them in the comments, and also share this news and support us through subscribing to our channel. Thanks for watching.